As an ordained minister of the good news of Jesus Christ and the executive director of Soulforce, I'm here today to affirm and support the commissioners of the Presbyterian Church USA as they make one of the most important decisions of their lives, as individuals, as community, and as church. Today they must decide to include all people in the fullness of God as Jesus did. I am so hopeful and so excited that progress has been made here this week, that so many have said we must not continue to block the ordination and marriage of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. We must not. I'm so excited that they've said we must not punish our pastors when they include lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people in all of the rights and responsibilities of baptized believers.
That's right. Amen.
Amen. We must be faithful.
Yes.
And we must be obedient disciples of Jesus Christ. And this means that no longer can anyone be left outside the gate.
Brothers, for the past 40 years, the Presbyterian Church has been wondering, debating, arguing about what to do about our lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender sisters and brothers. And in that time, a vote has already been taken. Those under 35 have already voted with their absence. They have said whether they are straight or gay or bisexual or lesbian or queer or questioning or bisexual, they have said, we cannot, we will not worship in a church where not everyone is equal at the table, where not everyone can come and sit at the table together in fellowship. Not because they're not hungry, not because they don't have spiritual seeking and longing, but because they want a church that lives within the gospel of Jesus Christ, that stands in its integrity. And today is the first day of a new Presbyterian church, a church for the welcoming generation, a church that invites our children back home, a church that invites our sisters and brothers who are under 35, who are in that welcoming generation, to come back, to lead, to serve, to bring their gifts. Today, our sisters and brothers who are voting in the Presbyterian Church are going to give up arguing and debating, and instead they are going to make a vote for the future of this church. Amen. Today they are going to step away from fear and take hold of faith. Yes. Today they are going to remember that when love meets fear, love always wins. Yes. Today they are going to make a way for that next generation to come on home, to say, we invite you back. We invite all people, gay and lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, all people, to come home, to celebrate the love of God, to serve joyfully, and to rejoice in this community of celebration, hope, and grace that we come to together. Thank you, Presbyterian Church. Today is a new day.
My name is Michael Ady. I was baptized in the Presbyterian Church, confirmed in the Presbyterian Church. I was taught faith and love and grace and justice by the Presbyterian Church. I was ordained in 1993 as an openly gay elder in our tradition. I've served as an openly gay elder in our church 4 times, twice in Ohio, twice in New Mexico. And I stand before you serving as the executive director and field organizer for More Light Presbyterians. I'm standing here with Ray Banuolo, who will tell his story in a moment, but I also want to share a story about Bill Moss, because he's not able to be here. From the Shower Stoles Project, a witness project with over 1,000 scarves from 24 faith traditions and 7 countries, this is one from a Presbyterian brother and friend. Bill Moss, elder, Westminster Presbyterian Church, Washington, D.C. Gay man by birth, God's child by grace, Presbyterian by choice, ordained by God's call. When California opened the door to same-gender loving couples to marry legally, I got a call from Bill Moss and his beloved spouse, Chris Wiley. And they said, Michael, we can't come to that More Light meeting because we're going to get married. I said, you go, Bill. You go. It's an incredible moment. They've been together almost 20 years. And now the Presbyterian Church has the historic opportunity to say to the church that marriage is a gift from God, just like sexuality and love. It is my hope and prayer that the Presbyterian Church, voting just yards away from us, will say yes to love, will say yes to Bill and Chris, and thousands, if not millions of couples around the world who simply want to love each other, have their marriages blessed, and serve God in the church. I believe that this is a moment when Presbyterians can be part of changing the face of Christianity, not just in the United States, but for the whole world, all of God's realm. May it be so.
My name is Ray Bagnuolo, and I am a pastor of Yonhus Presbyterian Church in Neighborhood House in New York City. And I serve there people who, for the most part, have less in an urban ministry, who are broken, who are seeking healing. And I come to you as a person who was ordained as an openly gay man, following someone who is the pastor of this movement to so many, along with Lisa Largess and others, who have taken their lives and dedicated it to making this a place where all people are welcome. Make no mistake about this. This is not easy. This is hard work. When I first came out and I stood on the floor of the Presbyterian Church, I was 6'2". It's been hard. And now it bounces back, and it bounces out, and it bounces into the arms of others. The first thing I really want to do is to thank all of the allies, the people who have stood by us, family and friends who have loved us and who we are long before others have been able to do that. They have been our voice when we did not have the voice ourselves, or it was kept quiet by threats and fears and dangers, real dangers. And then I want to talk about who we are today. We are the healers. Look around you. Talk to the people who are here. Either you stay in this church, if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, marginalized, oppressed, if you are one of the people who has stayed here through that, you have learned to open your hearts and your arms beyond all of the things that are there trying to stop people from being welcome. We are the healers. This will be about healing. Once this Presbyterian Church today makes the decision to change this Constitution, to change the way it does church, to take out the impediments to who God will call in all the ways God will call to serve, to be married, to love. When those things are done, we will be entering into tension. It's a good tension out of which will come a new and a healed church. And it is not just about this church, as Michael said. This is about witness beyond the Presbyterian Church. This is about witness into the world in all of the ways people know God, in the ways they treat people who are different. This is about stopping and no longer being willing to be part of the complicity in the violence that is occurring in this world simply because we are quiet or we say no, not yet. No, not yet is no longer acceptable. The time is now. We are here. How could we possibly stop God in this way or in any way? Let us get out of the way. Let us make room for the Spirit, because she is doing something. Amen.